Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Drake Valley Outdoors. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Gander Mountain full coverage layout blind. I had about 15 to 20 hunts in this blind last season. Right now it's going for $179.99. I bought it last season on sale. It was $110 and I had a $10 off promo code. So I got it for $100 with free shipping to my local Gander Mountain. A few points from Gander Mountain about this blind. They say it's got the perfect foldable system for incredibly easy setup and tear down with a durable plated aluminum frame. So let's get going and see how it stacks up. Alright, so let's take a look at this blind already set up, and then afterwards I'll show you how to tear it down and set it back up. Once it's set up, it's about 17 inches high, which is pretty average for a full frame blind like this. Comes in one color, Realtree Max 5. Other than that, pretty basic on the outside. You have your usual stubble straps. However, for a blind this size, I wish it had a few more. It only has one on each of the doors, one down each side, and then 4 across the foot compartment. I would like to see at least 2 more on the sides and at least another one on the doors. The foot compartment is usually fine. You also have your usual mesh face shield. This one has a bendable wire edge, which a lot of blinds like this have. The back over here I wish was a little bit longer because it kind of leaves an opening. And whenever birds aren't working in, I always feel like it's something that I'm doing or they're seeing me. And whenever we had birds working in from the back, if I tried to look back, I feel like they could see my face back here. They may not have been able to, but I would just like to see that a little bit longer. Coming to the inside, again, not a whole lot going on. You got your 2 flagging ports, one on each side. These are Velcro flagging ports. I kind of wish they were zippered because Velcro is a little noisy and just not as convenient to me. Next, each door has a pull handle sewn on for pulling the door shut, which brings me to my next point. I'll zoom in on this. Each of the doors has ripped. I don't feel like the fabric is secured to the frame well enough, and as a result, it's put a lot of pressure on each corner of the door. And on this side specifically, it has got a pretty big tear in it, and whenever you try and pull it shut, sorry if the audio goes crazy, it's just really hard and puts a lot of stress on it right there. And I mean, you can hear it squeaking, and every single time I do it, it tears a little bit more. Going onto the seat, the padding is adequate. It's not the most comfortable, but in later season hunts, whenever you got a lot of clothing on you, that'll kind of give you a little bit of extra padding. The bottom down here is fine for your legs and for your butt. The back could use a little bit more padding for your neck and the back side of your head. With these blinds, comfort's all really just preference. I was fine in this blind all season. My cousin tried it out a couple times and he hated it. The seat is adjustable. I usually had it pulled all the way tight. That was just most comfortable for me. Onto the frame. Gander Mountain claims this is a durable plated aluminum. This is going to be my first major gripe. The frame itself is pretty durable, but the coating is just garbage. After the first hunt, whenever I was using these slide locks on the main frame, that coating would flake off and it would get stuck in there. And I got to the point where I just wouldn't even use those slide locks. I'd just leave them alone, which sometimes made using the rest of the blind a little bit harder. The blind is assembled by snapping together. Each of the doors snaps together, and then there's a support rod that snaps in. This is going to be my next major gripe about this blind. Gander Mountain touts this as the perfect foldable system for incredibly easy setup and teardown, which it's definitely not. These snaps suck. I mean, right now when it's 90 degrees out, these seem to go together fairly well, but whenever it's below freezing and your fingers are cold and you're trying to snap these together, they just don't go together very easily. I don't know if whenever it gets cold, if this plastic gets brittle. Right now it kind of feels like you're able to mold it a little bit, but whenever it's cold, it's definitely a lot harder. And whenever you got to use your thumb to try and release it like that, and your fingers are frozen at the end of a hunt, it's not the most comfortable. It's definitely not easy. That's really all there is as far as features go with this blind. So now I'm going to tear it down and then show you how it sets back up. All right, now to tear down this blind, first what I do is I release these sliding locks for the door. That allows the door to fold up. and then I can kind of twist and release these points, and you'll do that on both sides of the blind. I don't know why Gander Mountain didn't put an access slot here. They could have easily put a zippered or Velcro slot there, and it would have made it getting in those a lot easier. Right now I don't have any sleeves on, so it's not super difficult, but whenever you got layers on, it's kind of hard to get your arms in there. So now that's released. Now the next part, you release each of the support rods. And again, this is a lot easier right now when it's hot out, but whenever it's cold, those are a pain. And especially since you don't have a way to kind of twist those like you do with the door. Next, you'll release the slide locks down on the main frame. And that allows that part to fold up. And then that folds down. This folds there. Fold the doors over. Make sure that that'll fold up. It's really probably easier if you just take the doors out of it, but I don't like to do that because I'm already taking more time to set this blind up than my friends are with their blinds. Fold it up. See, it's not folding up that great right now. Snap your strap in, fold it up, tighten it up, and now you're ready to walk out of the field with it. All right, so to set this blind up, you just do the opposite of what you just did. Unclip your strap, and fold the leg compartment, flip out your doors. There's some of that stuff flaking off of the frame again. Lift up your headrest support. Clip in each support rod. Then secure each end here. Okay, that's done. And then whenever you're taking this apart, it's easier to do this by releasing these slides, but whenever you put it together, it's a lot easier if you do the locks first. There we go. Okay, that's done. Come around here. And you guys are probably going to make fun of me because saying, oh, this only takes a couple minutes. Like I said, it's a lot slower whenever it's cold out and whenever you have a coat on, you can't get your arms in here. Come on. And whenever you see my next blind review, which is going to be the Green Headgear Ground Force, that blind sets up a lot easier. It takes like 20-30 seconds to set that blind up. All right, so that's the blind set up. All right, guys, a couple more points that I realized whenever I was setting up and tearing down this blind. The fabric on the outside isn't super durable, especially down in these fold points of the frame. Each side has a fairly big hole in it. And they claim that it's a waterproof bottom, but with those holes developing, it's definitely going to be letting a lot of water in. Hey guys, so it was getting hot out there and I rushed myself and I didn't go over my final thoughts. Would I recommend the blind? Probably not. If you're a person like me and you have to carry your blind out to the field and set it up every morning, it's just too cumbersome for me. There's blinds out there that set up a lot faster. If you're able to get it on sale like I did, it might be a good blind in a pinch if there's nothing else available and your blind goes bad and you need a new one, and all you have in town is a Gander Mountain, it's a good option if you need it. But if it's something where you're looking at buying a new blind for extended use, I think there's better options out there. If you get it on sale, I would say it's probably a 2 to 3 out of 5 stars. If you're paying the full $179.99 though, I would probably give it a 1 star, just because of all the little things that are wrong with it. And there's just better options out there if you just save your money and spend another $50 more and spend $230, $240. Alright guys, that does it for my review of this Gander Mountain blind. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe for more content in the future. If you didn't like the video, you can go ahead and thumbs down, but comment below. Let me know what you didn't like about the video and how I can improve it. This is the first review video I've done, so I'm looking for any input you guys can give. And thanks for watching, guys. Fucking A.